On the count of 3, make either one of those go off. 1, 2.
That just screamed
Yo,
3.
fucking Christ.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That yelled 3. This is kind of a funky area of the manor. The main source of, if there is negative energy in here, a lot of people refer to him as the Joker. Holy shit!
What did that just say?
Starting live video. Oh, we are live. What's up, guys? Let's try this.
I didn't know if it was facing your face, so I didn't know if it was
Oh,
facing
it's facing us right now.
Okay.
All right.
It weirds me out that we can't see it.
Oh, yeah,
If
it'll be
somebody
okay.
could keep away
I was
from
going to say,
the phone.
we're going to hand off in just a second, but what's everybody? We're here at Edinburgh Manor. It's cold as shit.
It's always cold. We were having this conversation. Every time we're out here, it's either absolutely freezing or we're going to melt, like into a little pool of goo.
And no in between.
There's no.
Hand off here in just a second. We're hanging out tonight with Hillbilly Hauntings, Paranormal Investigations. Is that the first time that's been said, like, public? Is this a... Yes!
We don't know
Yes.
for sure if this is a real thing or not. But
No, but the sweatshirts are made, it's official. Like, as soon as it's, like, and now it's permanently in the internet. Like, whoever...
we not wanted to stick with it, but guess what?
That's you now.
Now I'm gonna talk about this for the rest of the last
Goddamn, spend the rest of the day talking like goddamn boomhire, know what I mean, mate?
That's how we always talk.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna have camera to Carter real quick. We got Carter, Heather. What's your name, man?
Right.
Brian? Okay, I think we've met. Pleasure to meet you.
We've
Jason
been out here waiting
and
for
Hayden.
an hour and a half. Now we're figuring out.
Just met. All right, cool. So I'm gonna actually. Where are you? Boop. Turn on the light because it's about to get real dark in here. So I'm sure most people watching right now, you've been acquainted with the Edinburgh Manor in some stretch, but we're gonna go through, kind of do a little bit of the history and stuff. They got a tour up the ground floor, but we're just gonna kind of walk around, share a few stories like we usually do at the start of the live streams, and then as things happen,
We're gonna break things.
we're gonna break stuff. Actually, that was really heavy duty.
There. I'm looking for lights.
We don't need it.
Well, but we may, and it'll save your phone battery too.
Oh, true. And if anything happens during this little tour time, we'll definitely address that. Start a little investigations in certain spots. Just immediately intrusive.
Totally invaded his personal space.
There you go.
I have one in my pocket.
Okay, I'll take this one.
You have that one. It doesn't close right.
Not the size of that. Size matters. Like. That's really emasculating.
You need the bigger one.
We'll address things as we go. Get everybody here acquainted with the Edinburgh Manor, and to looking for some spooky shit.
Absolutely.
All right, ready to brave the tundra?
Sure.
So we've already got some stuff set up, and Mary Poppins is back.
Okay, think of that.
I was about to say there's more.
There might have been. There was at one point.
So we've already got some stuff set up, and as we go around, we'll show you. We have 3 stationary cameras already set up recording the manor. 2 upstairs pointing down both ends of the hallway. 1 go in the basement in the general dining room area. That's going to be kind of a moving around static camera. We've got 3 static cams, and there's a lot of property to cover here. So yeah, that one will be kind of mobile. We're thinking about doing mobile. The other 3 haven't totally decided. We've got motion lights set up in front of all of those cameras, so if it trips anything, hopefully at some point after this investigation, you'll get to see it happen, or
Which
maybe
we have
happen in real
already.
time.
We have already had a really cool reaction with the motion lights. So.
Bullshit.
So we were down in the basement. It was myself, Heather, and Chris, it was myself, Peyton, and Chris, and I'm evil, and so I'm like, Peyton, come with me. We were going to go the other way around
So
and
they
just
ditched
be
my
standing there in the dark, and we left him without a flashlight. So as he's walking into the hallway to go do something, he's like, it would be nice if there was some light, and the motion light, which was a ways away from him, turned on. So
I squealed.
So we took pity on him and went over with our flashlight.
By the time somebody returned, the ghosts of Edinburgh Manor care about me more than you do.
We were gonna scare you. How much love is that?
That's, I don't.
It was pre-investigation. There's nothing like a good jump scare.
All right, we're ready to head out actually into the manor now?
Sure.
All right, let's do this.
All right.
And there's like at least a 15, 20 degree difference between like here and the rest of the manor. So, now that we're nice and cold, we're gonna start talking history. So the building we are currently in was constructed in 1911. This property has actually been the Jones County Poor Farm, back when the poor farm systems were in place, since about 1856. After that, this building was constructed. It got this most optimistic name for a building I've ever heard in my life. It was the Jones County home for the incurably insane. So it's a pretty definite spot. Like you're going there, you're like, there's no getting out of your insanity. You're just there forever. If I remember correctly, they kind of meshed for a while. So it was a little bit poor farm, a little bit home for the incurably insane. Over time, of course, it developed a little bit more PC name, the Edinburgh Manor, like you see it now. Over the course of its time being open, which is now 111 years, I want to say just about 200 people have died within its walls or around and on the property. Some ended up in cemeteries. It was, pretty solidly believed that some people ended up being buried on this property, which Kelly said kind of a interesting.
Which I don't know
experience.
necessarily if the people that are out in the pauper's grave all came from this building.
Yeah.
I think it just happened to be that's where the pauper's grave is. So.
But, yeah, there are more likely than not bodies on this property.
Yeah.
So you guys got a little tour of like the ground floor here. Did you talk about Susie?
Yep.
All right. So the name given to the little girl in this hallway, I hear most people call her Susie. I've never personally got a name, but she is somebody who I have had interactions with almost literally every time I've been here. Just a fun, sweet little girl, and hopefully we get to run into her tonight. I don't have a ton of stories from the ground floor, really.
So the ground floor actually is where I had some of my first experiences from out here. And some of you guys have heard these stories before, so sorry, bear with me. But my very first time coming out here to investigate, we were here, there was a group of 4 of us, and we were getting set up. And at that time, we would always do our command center in this room here behind me. And we actually had tables in the kind of the sunroom back there. And 2 people of the team had gone outside to set up an outside camera on the back door because it was just something they liked to do. The other guy was going to go down the hallway and set up another camera, and I was getting equipment out here at the table. And so I can see the 2 people outside, and I hear just this crazy ruckus, like somebody fell down, a huge noise. And so I'm calling down the hallway, I'm like, hey, are you okay? And I don't get an answer. I'm like, oh shit, he really hurt himself. He's not even able to answer. So it was dusk, it was getting dark, and it was my first time here, so I didn't go wandering around in the dark at that time. So I went to turn to the table, which was right in front of me, to grab a flashlight to go down and check on him, and all 3 people are outside. And there was not enough time for him to get out the door, outside, out to where they are. Plus, you guys all heard that door is loud. You heard it going in and out. So
So there might do have a story from the ground floor. So it involves kind of this room and this area over here. Would you mind holding that for just a
was it
second?
them?
Yes.
Okay, for this one.
So tonight's episode of the Travelers Moon live stream was brought to you by my new book, Fear and Fascination in Edinburgh Manor. And it's kind of a retelling of something stupid I did back when I was like 20, 21-ish. I locked myself essentially in here alone for 5 days. And the general idea when I first started the process was I want to be in the building as much as humanly possible. And the first night I realized sleep's not really an option in here. But I found that out because the first night I had set up a little I'll make my hiking pop tent in here, thinking like, oh, it's a little cocoon and I'll be nice and safe. And I had zero concept of the idea that sound travels through nylon. And it was one of those nights where, I at one point got up and was going down that hallway trying to chase off teenagers because I'm almost certain somebody had broken into the building. I was hearing, footsteps above me, I was hearing conversations, I was hearing a baby crying, weirdly enough. But around 6 a.m., by the time I had finally actually fallen asleep, I was awoken to this sound. It was a very heavy door slam. Wow. I really thought I had a story going there for a second. Yeah, it was, I had gotten up, this door was shut, and it was like somebody had just slammed it. So that night I got about a half hour's worth of sleep. And what was super interesting about this was I was upset. The camera that I had on me at the time had actually died. So I'm like, oh, I'm super bummed we didn't actually get this, phenomena on camera. So I'm getting up and I'm starting my day, and I realized that there's a recorder out on the table. And it was something that I didn't leave out. I had everything put away pretty precisely the night before. And it was out, just kind of sitting on the table. It had been recording for about 3 hours. At the time, I was I could hear me rolling around in the tent, that sound that you get inside of a nylon tent, and nothing. So yeah, the door slammed, a bunch of nylon, string of profanity. It was actually super interesting to me, because now the door actually you need force to
Make that make a noise, yeah.
So yeah.
All right.
Shall we continue? So we do have a setup right now. You can see there's a chair in the middle of the hallway. These are our 2 static cameras right now. They're filming each direction. These hallways are very prone to shadow, people activity, particularly at the ends of the halls. In each end, you've got a red room, you've got a blue room, and I've heard some kind of weird stories. So a lot of it's mostly a shadow person kind of walking back and forth in the room. And I'll show you what we're going to try to do about that.
You need to talk as loud as possible because they're having a little bit of trouble hearing.
I'm running out of air because I'm the only one talking. So, on the far end of the hallway here, it's this blue room's here, the red room's down on that side. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to catch that movement activity. So what I did was I actually set up motion sensor light. If anything passes in front of it, we're actually going to get an immediate light, which is good for actually, looking for the shadow people. The other thing that, and this is one of those things I've only heard about recently, when it comes to paranormal activity, whatever happens here in the blue room also happens down in the red room. So the idea of my little experiment is here, both these lights are going to be seen by our static cameras, and ideally, if that, one thing happens down here, it happens down there is correct, then if that light turns on, so should that light, as long as it's spooky shit related. Way too dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I know you guys have seen us out here before, but in case you don't remember, I'm Kelly.
I'm Chris.
This is Chris. We have a bunch of our friends here with us tonight. So we have Jason, Peyton, Heather, Ryan, and Carter. We would just like to talk to you guys, interact with you guys a little bit. We have a bunch of different ways that you can interact with us. We've got a motion light in that side room. If you walk into that room, it's going to set off that motion light for us. We have this little black box here that if you walk over by it, it's going to make all those pretty lights go off, red, yellow, green, red. I said red. We also have another thing over there with that little glowy red box. If you go by that one, it's going to make the numbers on the screen change and eventually make noise too. We'd love for you guys to interact with us. Not that I was going to drink it, I just was curious if it was frozen. Can you guys do something to let us know you're around?
What was that? High pitch sound. Had a little fluctuation of tone to it.
I heard
heard that as well. Just a second ago, I heard that as well.
And it's weird because it was somewhere between like what you would think like is a mechanical sound, like a door creaking, but there was also something that sounded like
Vocal to it.
yeah.
If that was you guys, can you make that sound again, please? That was me. All right, so we'll have you guys, you want to go this one or do you want to go down to the other end?
And that's how cold it is in here.
We'll do that for you guys before we end the meeting. Okay. Oh, I can't look for a flashlight without that. Do you need one, Kelly?
Damn!
Dang!
Great.
Holy crap! That's amazing.
Yeah.
I want two.
I think you beat mine. Don't forget the Blue Bear. I don't know, technically Blue Bear.
Ominous little dude right there.
It's really chilly in here.
It's a bit brisk.
What the hell's setting that off?
Is your motion sensor going off? Yeah.
It won't react to light changing, will it?
I don't. In the description of it, it's a infrared beam that gets cut. It shouldn't be a type of shadow sensor. I wonder if it's got a.
Was it? Oh.
Okay, it has a horizontal threshold, so you're in it right now.
Am I?
Yeah.
I think I was in it because I was standing over here.
Okay.
Yeah, I was standing over here. I might have been in it.
So just keep in mind for this one, it's got a horizontal threshold, so it's like the music box in that it fans out. It just fans out a bit more.
I'll come over here.
Than a music box.
Hopefully I'm away from it a little. Put that over there.
All right.
You can sit on the bed if you want. I can hold on.
Always felt really weird, like
Sitting on their bed.
sitting on the beds in here.
Because it's like their beds and stuff.
Yeah.
Is it okay if Chris sits on your bed? If you don't want him to sit on your bed, set off one of the devices that we have down here. I think that's okay. Now you sit down and they all go off.
Right.
And Chris wets himself and. And again, just a huge shout out to Carter for running the camera for us. He's a good guy. And hugely appreciate that Brian's down there running another camera. That's gonna make it fun, so.
It's pretty handy to go ghost hunting with a bunch of film students.
Right. No, Jason had said you would be willing to film for us the first time. What is that?
You have a walkie-talkie on you?
I think I have a spirit box on me, but it's not on. It is completely off.
Is that what that just was?
Ooh, yeah, here. Got you.
That spirit box is completely off. I just pulled it out of my pocket.
Okay, so you guys heard that though, right?
That sounded like the spirit box, but
No, but if he's got a, like,
It's off.
it's off.
Yeah, it was in my pocket.
I don't have anything that would have made any noise. This is off.
like,
It sounded like a spirit box.
Yeah,
It definitely did.
holy shit.
That's crazy.
You guys heard that, right?
That's off.
And the phone didn't do anything different, right?
No, I thought it was the
No.
phone at first, but it sounded like this.
It most definitely was a spirit box sound. That was fun.
That was cool.
We need walkie-talkie so we can check what's going on with them without it being so loud.
All right, so is this what you wanted? Something to talk through? Doesn't sound like that.
what your name is? So with this device, guys, there's a lot of other noise. So we need you to answer really loud and really clear for us, okay?
This is one of the weird things about Edinburgh Manor. It's just some guy's boots.
Like they just took them off to the
Like,
bed.
and it's not quite as bad as it used to be, but like anybody who is around Edinburgh Manor, like early 2010s-ish, like 2011, 2013, 2014, it had a very Chernobyl vibe to it.
Like there were still medical records
Like
here and
people just
x-rays.
disappeared. I saw a brain x-ray when I was here back in 2013, you know?
It was weird, definitely.
Did you bring your pad to charge that or not? Your phone?
All right, guys, we got the toys out for you. What'd you want to say?
Where are you guys all at right now? You're quiet? We know you're quiet. Where are you guys hiding though? Is there a certain room number that you'd want us to go to? It's funny because I was just thinking I am so cold and it went, it's freeze. Yes, it is freezing. But I was just thinking all of a sudden I just got like super cold.
Do you feel the cold? Is that something you can feel? Is the temperature in here? I've always been curious about that. I think it was this room. Back in 2013 when I was doing some random stuff, I brought in a past employee, and if you're in chat, shout out Joe. And Joe was telling me in this room, he was going around with somebody he was training, and the guy in this room had a big like ham radio set up, and I don't remember if it was him or somebody else in this room had a pica. It's just that condition where you just eat anything and everything. But he was, say it was this big native guy, and his bed was kind of over in that corner. And one night he and the guy he was training were coming around, and you know, he tells her like, hey, go do quick bed checks in this room, and she pokes her head in and just goes, nope, and like she backed out, and he's like, what's going on? And she's like, there's somebody standing in the corner. And he's like, well, you gotta go check on this stuff. And so he pokes his head in, and nobody.
They were both in bed?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Out somewhere on their own.
Hey guys, we're back.
Fucking cold.
We're late. Are you shocked? Sorry.
Not a little bit.
I mean,
I've upgraded my hat.
it was cold. We got just warm enough to realize
Just how
everything
cold
is
we
really
actually were.
cold.
We
Yeah.
thawed off the tips, but that was about it. See ya.
Try not to laugh at that. Thought off tip, huh?
So we are rewarming ourselves. We are waiting for everybody to come back. What's up, Stephanie?
Hi,
you having snacks?
Stephanie. We were talking about you earlier.
I found that Freeze-dried mangoes are my favorite thing in the world.
It's actually really good now.
It's like candy. I can't tell whose face that is, but somebody else is in here. Has to tell.
Did he give you those new ones?
You can't see when it's that close now.
I don't know about the rest of these kids, like city cats and kittens, but I heavily caffeinated myself. So give me like about 10 more minutes, just.
Alright.
So, tap at the second floor. Do we want to stay here on the ground floor, or do we want to head down into the basement? Shit. Shit. Guys in chat, it's we're gonna leave it up to a vote. Are we staying on the ground floor, or are we going down to the basement?
Where'd you guys come from? Over
Where'd
there,
you go?
we're doing low light exposure shots.
Oh, those are good here. Like you get around the exit lights, that red tint.
Yeah, they were just doing that. Really
Sexy.
Ooh, that's a pretty shot.
Yeah, here. We'll just do a little flippy do.
We got. Oops.
Yeah, show us what we got.
We're just kind of working with like exposures here.
Those are some cool shots.
Actually, I almost used one of those.
I
red
saw
light
an
shots
image in
for-
that one. Did you see the image?
It's me.
I'm a ghost.
There's some like double stuff where you moved over. There's two of them.
Awesome.
Where's the KT going on?
Oh.
Can you light it up more, please?
Can you make it go to yellow or orange? Red would be fantastic, but I know takes a bit of energy.
If you go right up to it and touch it, that's what it'll go really bright for us. You don't have to stop. You can go ahead and play with it. If you can't make it go bright, that's all right. You can just do the little lights. I'm gonna come turn it a little bit, guys, so it can be seen easier. Can you light it up for us again, please? Is that where you want to go?
Not too.
I don't care. We can.
Yeah, let's go poke something cranky.
Go poke something cranky. That's always a good idea.
Alright, sir, we're getting a lot of people coming down towards your hallway.
That makes him happy.
Maintenance table. So, this is kind of a funky area of the manor. The main source of, if there is negative energy in here, a lot of people, refer to him as the Joker. Some people, holy shit!
What did that just say?
79.
What the hell?
Hello there.
Ooh,
What would be setting that off?
and I'm all but certain there's actually no power in here because.
We don't have. Where's the other KT?
Back pocket.
If I could trade
Yeah.
somebody, please.
If you want, I can set that in there in this one. So this is.
What's behind here?
So Joker, big man, he was a. Some people kind of think he's a
There's a funky smell down here tonight.
D word that everybody likes to say. Kelly and I are pretty sure it's just
An asshole.
used to be made this guy. Bit of an asshole.
Why?
Is there something on the other side of the door?
No, I looked. There's
Is
like
there-
phone cords. Yeah, but she's back up to 28 too, or she bounced
Is-
up to 28.
I've never seen that door open.
I think it was open last time. Carter, can I sneak in behind?
There's that static sound again. Oh, okay, I know what this is. Never mind. I know this door. Yeah, so unless there's wiring going through the wall
There's
here.
nothing on the other side. Except for the deathbeds.
Yeah. Got a trifecta of weird energy. You got deathbeds over there. We have the maintenance guy who's never thrilled with people over here. And this, according to the blueprints, used to be a padded cell.
Oh, now it's not doing it.
Yeah, there's no... Oh, when did that happen? We have electricity down here.
Whoa! And there was light.
The padded cell's always
There
been
is something.
something causing just a...
That's not it.
I'm wondering if it's...
Consistently it. The windows.
Yeah, normally if there's a
Oh, shit,
real
it's
world
back up
calls
again.
for...
Yeah.
Real world cause for EMF spikes like this. It's pretty consistent. Like you can take it somewhere, put it somewhere, and it stays at the... I can't tell if I'm yelling or talking normal. And it stays
This is so
at
inconsistent,
the
though.
rate it's at, but it's, like you said, it's very inconsistent.
This one's at 83, and then it went back down.
In the middle. Mr. Joker Man.
So we're getting some really weird readings on our devices. Can you explain that for us?
These won't set each other off, will they?
No. But it looks like you guys are kind of centrally located around a... No. Like around a similar fluctuation there. So...
But what?
Is it that guy?
I don't know. I can't reach that way.
Nope. So,
Thank you.
is there something below or something? Nope.
It's like almost free floating.
Is there somebody standing between all of us right now?
I mean, look at that.
Can you turn that thing on? See if it.
Mine went really high, 139.
Yeah, they're touching it.
I didn't even know they went up to one.
You went to 139?
Yeah.
It's at 83, 40.
Okay, we want to try something, guys. Here.
Actually, so anybody in chat right now, who's investigated the Edinburgh Manor, do you guys know if this is an EMF hotspot?
All right, we're gonna try something, guys. I want to see if it's you actually making that go off, or if there's something natural that's making that happen. So I want you to do it when we tell you to. So on the count of 3, I want you to make that that thing that's lighting up right now, shoot it up to red like you've been doing. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. You jumped the gun, dude. You were going to red before I got to 3. Okay. Take it back down to green. Back away from it. Make it be just green for us, please. We're trying to prove that it's you guys messing with this, okay?
Let's take a quick chat real quick here.
Can you make it go all the way up on the reds? Make it... thank you. It just blinked up into the 4th. Look.
Mine's at 51.
Can you make that one jump too, like to 100, like you did before? I think if you touch the antenna, it goes off more.
It's staying pretty consistent red now.
Right. And I may have missed it in chat. If anybody in chat here has investigated Edinburgh Manor before, do you know if the outside of the padded cell here is kind of an EMF hotspot?
You can go ahead and start that back up. I was just trying to see.
What is that thing?
So that is necrophonic. It's gonna work. It's gonna work similar to like a spirit box. So it's basically a white noise generator that spirits can kind of speak through. But instead of going through radio stations like a spirit box would, that has 8 different sound banks in it full of phonemes, which are those small parts of speech that like make up the words like aska, but not actual parts of words. And then use this kind of generalized algorithm to spit it out. We've had the guy who developed these on our podcast, and according to him, it's obviously nothing's mathematically impossible, but it is extremely unlikely that it's going to throw words out, like throw phonemes out that it would actually like sound like a word.
So if you think about the phonetic sounds that would go into something as simple as saying, hello, Ryan, you know, it's like, you know, all those sounds would have to be in just hello to get to hello, Ryan. So, okay, that is off.
What is?
The K2 went down
Was
to
it?
nothing while we were not paying attention to it.
Yeah, it turned all the way off.
And it was off for a little bit. I didn't call it right away.
The second we put the camera on it, it went right back up.
But
But
you're
I
far
did-
enough back.
I didn't
that
move,
shouldn't have- yeah.
All I did was pointed at it.
Pointed away.
Whoa. Man,
It's a light.
is it the light? Yeah, get up on it with the phone real quick.
Well, that's going to set it way off.
Yeah.
But yeah, but it's almost like more sensitive than usual.
I'll
so
turn it this way. Turn it back on there. But
so
it's-
the
But
more
he's
we are
not moving
fascinated.
proximity.
Wait. Try to move that one a little bit over.
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
So like get that one out of like view and reach of the phone. Around the corner there. Are you still getting the same spikes?
I got 0.6, and it went down to 0.
I'm
Now it's at 7.8, and now it's at 40.7.
40? 4D.
Yeah, 40.
4-0.
Wait, block the light, Jason, real quick.
Yeah, I was gonna say light shouldn't
41.
so light shouldn't be a factor
Not
in
0.
And she's far.
EMF, yeah.
Let's go back up.
So, throw that full that door open. I'll take my gun.
Let's
So move the light off to see if it actually is.
seeing orbs that are way bigger than dust. So anything that looks like potential orb activity down here, unfortunately, we are going to have to just discredit just because it is
'Cause
a
watch.
dirty basement.
And it's not anybody's
And
fault.
the
We know cat sleeps.
Dust is never going to be a consistent size. If the light's reflecting off a dust particle that's over here versus up here, just because of relative distance, it's going to look bigger the closer it is to that light
And it's
source.
simple things like I just saw a cobweb or a hair floating
Yeah.
through here too. And all of that's going to reflect in that bright light that's coming off of the camera and make it be odd. And I just want to point out again, I'm no further away than it is. And he was pointing directly at it and nothing is
Can
happening.
you walk towards it now?
Let's go with it.
Okay, so yeah, it's not making that really high jump until you get super close to it.
Yeah.
What is happening with the EMF down here?
Whoa! Did you see that? When you move it down,
Yeah,
right?
if you move it too fast, sometimes
Oh.
it'll.
It'll toss the sensor around in there and it'll make it go really high, but
Okay.
this is big opening. Cause yeah. All right, come on in. We'll show you how we're theorizing here. So basically, right now we're in a big metal cage, which is absolutely bizarre. Like this is one of the weirder spots of Edinburgh Manor, just to kind of experience.
You can see that there used to be even the metal over the windows. Yeah, that's just me.
Like this was a cage. They caged people in here.
What is going on with everything?
Sorry, I just said Ryan.
Did you say Ryan?
You say my name?
Can you make that go off? Make it really loud.
That was loud.
That was loud.
We aren't being specific.
This is true. Can you make that box sitting on the table go off really loud? See it now, it's going on. Who's down here with us?
Were you ever locked up in here? Don't die on us, please.
I'll try back. Can you set off either one of those devices for us? On the count of 3, make either one of those go off. 1, 2.
That just screamed
Yo,
three.
Fucking Christ!
Yeah.
Sorry.
That yelled 3.
Holy shit.
That was a little unnerving. Did you guys hear that online? It was like somebody went 3.
The food's right next
Oh.
to me, too. You're dark back here.
Okay. Well, that was kind of awesome, guys. Thank you.
I'll say it seems to be a positive,
Seems like they heard it.
positive response in chat. Holy.
For some reason, I have more goosebumps than I did a second ago.
We're spiking.
Oh, we're spiking. It's going on.
Nada. That was Nada just a second ago. Was this you? This is fantastic. You get people in here all the time, so I'm sure you're used to this by now. But this is what we're looking for. We're looking for you.
That's awesome, you guys. Keep it up. So now we're getting the REM pod to go off as well.
All right. So here's the deal. I know it's going to take a lot of effort. I want you to grab those 2 devices at the same time. I want you to make that go to red. And I'm looking for a really loud beat from the REM pod.
Like, grab onto that antenna, to the metal thing sticking up.
Can you do it on 3? 1, 2, 3. We got red.
Got red on that one.
And like consistently red too. Holy.
Ooh, it went all the way. Okay, back up from it again, please. Step away from it so it stops being red.
And this is super interesting because anything that's going to give that high of a reading, you would think it's going to be around a consistent.
It should consistently be that high. Okay, back up from it again. Okay, what we want you guys to do on the count of 3 is we want you guys to walk up and go like this. And make that solid sound like this, like that. Can you do that for us? On the count of 3. 1, 2. Look at how red that is. What was that?
Oh, that was my brain.
And I'm wondering if this isn't them trying, because so K2 meters, everybody's kind of assumed it's like a general meter. Like if you're close to it, it's going to set it off. The sensor in the K2 meter is actually single directional, so it's pointed at the REM pod right now, and that's where it's getting that read of EMF.
Did I turn it the other way?
What?
I don't know.
No.
Okay, walk up and grab that metal stick right there, guys, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
So
They're going to red on 3.
and I think this is what's happening is they're trying. So these 2 devices work on 2 actually different types of energy. The K2 meter is reading EMF. This is based around the concept of electrostatic energy, which are both 2 different types of actual energy. So I think what's happening right now is they're going up and they're trying to touch this REM pod. For some reason or another, it's not syncing, it's not interacting with the REM pod, but they're getting close enough that they're trying with the REM pod that it's setting off the K2.
So interestingly enough, while we've been in here dealing with all of this, their millimeter that they've had out in the hallway has stayed at 0. It hasn't been reacting at all.
But you bring it in here, it jumped up to like 20. Which I look at 127.141.
And back down to 4. This makes
There's a 0 like the whole time.
43. It was 0.
136.
Look at that.
I'm gonna actually step away from Carter though.
yeah.
Okay.
And like, just to clarify, me pointing at it was not what's setting this off.
You can turn that around on the back of it too and see.
Are you trying to play bingo right now?
No, I'm trying to.
No, I'm talking to the spirits.
Oh. I want to set this where we can see it.
And this has a REM feature, doesn't it?
Yeah, you gotta flip the button in the back.
So I'm
I am
actually
gonna
going to do
trip
the
over that
ECG
damn
and
so-
REM.
Okay, guys, we've got 3 devices over there. Step back just a little
Can
more.
you make all of them go nuts? Can you reach up and
Can you still see okay?
try to knock them off the table? Has stuff.
It's cold. Okay, have a seat. What if,
Dinner time.
what if we all sat around the table and see if we can get some like knocking or something? I don't. We can see if there's blood tables.
Oh yeah, everything off the table. Everybody gather around.
Get around, kids. My initial thoughts were sit around the table. Sorry, all the chairs scraping. So my initial thoughts were, wouldn't it be fun to like sit around the table and have seance, right? Obviously we don't have all the stuff that typically is here when you have seance. You can have seance without anything, just for the record. But I also don't remember Cindy's rules on seances, so we're not gonna make anybody mad. But we also, were you with us when we tried table tipping? I can't remember where we were. Oh, we were here. We were upstairs. Table tipping is something that used to be, and it's still done, but it kind of came to be one of those cool things during the whole spiritualist movement where you put your hands on the table and the table would actually like lift or tip or whatever. I don't know how much I agree with the whole thing, if that can really happen, but the fun part about this one is the table tips. That was quick. You left the building to pee, right?
Correct. First of being mad.
Check it. Why don't you swing this way? Well, yeah, but we want to make sure the cart can see.
I can just.
Alright, so in the grand scheme of things, we are not looking for the table to lift. We're not looking for it to actually tip. What we want it to do is we want it to wiggle, and it's got this natural wiggle to it anyways. So theoretically, these seats are really cold.
They are. Oh, I just put my hand warmers under my butt.
So Kelly wasn't smart. She didn't double up on her leggings tonight, and holy balls, my legs are cold. So what we're going to try to do is let the spirits actually move this table, and we will just really lightly touch it to try to help give it energy. Or do we want to try it without us touching it at all first?
I like to try without touching it. So it's kind of like how when we use a pendulum on investigations, we're holding that, it's kind of using our energy to basically use us a little bit to move whatever it is we're handling. So same thing, but instead of a pendulum, it's a table.
That's fine. Okay, so guys, we're going to want to touch it, but not so much that we tip it ourselves, just like as light as you can touch it. Watching the K2 go off all of a sudden. Okay, guys, this is something that I don't think we've tried down here. We did try this one time up, I think maybe last time we were here upstairs, but the table was stupid heavy too. It was so, god damn, these chairs are so cold.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, okay.
I've got 3 pairs of pants on too.
Don't mind me zipping my ass. Okay. So we're going to touch the table as light as we can. And what we want you guys to do is use your energy, use our energy, and wiggle this table for us. Can you do that for us, please? Did I just hear something?
I don't know, I'm getting that weird static feedback in the ear, which we use this on quite a few investigations now. I don't, like, that feedback's not normal thing.
The second you put the light off, the EMF thing goes off. And then
Oh,
put it back
which
on,
is-
it goes away.
Which is counterintuitive, because when we were getting spikes down there, it was like when the light was on it was spiking.
I just do want to say it is at 15%. I just got the notification.
50 or
15.
Okay. All right, guys. So we're not going to be able to stay live for a super long time again. We'll see where we're at for phones and batteries, and if we can go live again later tonight, we might. But I'm not going to promise at this point because we're running out of juice quick. It seems like this time. Yeah. All right, guys. Can you move this table? We've got a bunch of people watching us where that light is that would like to see something just phenomenal happen. Can you make this table move for us, please? Just rock it a little bit.
Yeah.
If you don't want to move this table, can you make a noise somewhere else down here in the basement that's loud that we can hear for sure?
The very first time I came to Edinburgh Manor, I was in this room, and me, my brother, and Cindy all heard a scream. Can you do that again for us?
It just stops. All right, guys. What was that?
I don't know.
Did any of your tummies just growl?
No.
Did you hear that, Peyton?
Yeah, I heard it like over.
I heard it over there as well.
Did you hear? Okay. I wasn't sure if you had, but we made eye contact right at the same time. So, okay, guys, we're gonna go ahead and end this live just because, like Chris said earlier, we want to make sure that we shut it off before it just shuts itself off and we lose the video. But thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We appreciate you guys. A big thank you to Hillbilly Paranormal. For
And no, it's never going.
okay, we giggle
Y'all
with
are
this because
stabbed.
they
I'm a
kind of came up with it. I don't know if they meant to stick with it or not, but we're stuck with it. So, yeah. But thank you guys for being out here with us, having us out here with you guys. I guess it's really true. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching tonight. We appreciate you. If things go crazy and we have a charged up phone, we will come back live.
Yeah, we'll at least take pictures and shit send it to you. It'll be good.
Shameless plug time. If you have not already followed Traveler's Moon, be sure to give Traveler's Moon a like. If you have enjoyed seeing and learning about Edinburgh Manor, remember there is fear and fascination at Edinburgh Manor.
Hop on Amazon, you hop on the Traveler's Moon page, you'll find the link, but that is the book about the time I shoved myself in here for 5 days alone. A complete narrative. It's a full novel. 270 pages of spooky shit.
And I can say it, it's a phenomenal book. It's a great read. Definitely something you guys
And she
want to check
doesn't
out.
read books too
So I
often.
definitely,
I just started it tonight, so.
so definitely check it out. You guys can order it through Amazon, or if you want a signed copy, just get in touch with us.
Yeah.
Chris will
Shoot us a
sign it
message.
and give it back to you guys. So thank you guys. We love you guys. We are going to go warm up.
Yes.
Hey.